Guys, I am live. Can you hear me? Can you see me? How's everyone doing this Saturday night? Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Pat. Hey, Michaelin. Hey, Aileen. Marcella, how's it going? How's Bella doing? Matthew, what's up? Carol, what's up? Happy Saturday, everybody. Let me tweak something real quick here, because I can only see it when it's live. And I noticed it was a little too small. Get to the chat again, guys. Give me a second. Hey, Jazz, welcome. Marcella, I'm glad she's doing well. Thank you, Matthew. I kind of tweaked it a bit. D-Nice, what's up? Zero, how's it going? Angel, 5-star. Teresa, you're on time. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Bernadette? Yvonne, welcome. Jen, thank you for your for the cell phone charger I left in the room. I was gonna bring it. That you got on my Amazon wish list. Sarait, Spirit of the Trees, Susie, what's up? Rob Pros. Pat Gaines, I actually did the story on my Monday live stream and I didn't finish it, so I'm curious to know what happened, so I decided to continue it today. Upstream World, welcome. Jane, how's it going? Katie Cat, welcome. Andrew, what's up? Susie saying, hope all is well with you, Lisa. It is. I'm still trying to get over this danging cold that I have. I've had it for, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Zero's like saying everyone's streaming, and I said, who do I want to see Lisa live? Thank you. What's up, Leslie? Thank you, Arlene, for saying like your setup. Thank you, Vicky, for hitting the like button. 5 stars asking, did I celebrate the Mario Day yesterday? No, I didn't. Carter the cat, how's it going? And is asking, do you and Lewis have the same thing? No, I'm talking about something completely different. I'm going to start with Dear David. Or a continuation of Dear David. Chantilly, what's up? Saying, hey Lisa, just got here. We're ready for spooky SNL night. Sean Stackhouse, thank you for loving my new layout. Well, it's a new layout. Nerd Report, what's up? Vicky says, hey Lisa, Lewis says your setup looks nicer than his. Thank you, Pat. Margot, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Saying new to you, Nerd Report. Lewis sent me over hoping you get your view hours up and get monetized. Thank you. Nerd Report saying press 1 if this is your first time here. Zero saying, Lisa, from here, your Martian looks cool because everything looks green. Thank you. Well, yeah, it does, because the background lighting kind of brings it out a little bit. Julius is saying, your setup is cool, Lisa. Thank you. Mary saying, love your headgear. Margot, thank you, Spirit of the Trees. Margot, I'm sorry if I butchered it. And welcome. Jaws Rose saying, yes, just subscribe. Lewis introduced me. I always listen to him. Thank you for subscribing. Chantilly saying, as always, I love your ears, hats. Lisa, so glad you're back on tonight. Thank you. Susie saying, had been hit with the bug here. Hubby brought it home from visiting his mom who had in the hospital finally over the sinus being clogged up. It's something going around. Like, I thought earlier this week I thought I was feeling better, and then Wednesday it's like boom, I'm like, am I sick again? Like, so I think I got hit with some other strain right after I got over another strain. I don't know what happened, but I'm still coughing. D Nice is going questions. What's your favorite streaming service again, and what show are you currently watching? That's a hard one. Usually I'm either watching Discovery Plus, mostly Discovery Plus because Ghost Adventures is on there, but and there is true crime on there, or it's Netflix. And most recently I'm watching something about Jeffrey Dahmer. Don't ask me why. Sadae is saying the alien looks like it glows in the dark. Does it? No, it doesn't. 5-star saying, are we watching scary stuff? I do have some TikTok set up, but I wanted to finish the story about Dear David because I never got to finish it on Monday. I should have kept it for a Saturday, but I didn't think it was going to go that long. Deja Voodoo, welcome. Zero is saying that was me fighting a cold for weeks. It's a virus. It's a nasty whatever it is going around. MPNG Creative Media, welcome. Spirit of the Trees is saying just finished Use was so good. I'm still on the second episode. Don't spoil it. I'm like so behind on my programs. Zero T's is saying love Ghost Adventures. Senor Space Gusto saying, hello everyone, has Lewis spotted that alien from his balloon yet? Pat Gaines, Slap Ham. Oh my gosh, you mentioned I'm obsessed with Slap Ham. I watch him all the time. I think Luce goes, not that guy again. Jane Brimbo saying, hello, Lisa. When you're not on, you are missed more than I can tell you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jen Pearson, can't wait for Lisa to be monetized. I'm about 500 or so watch hours away. I am almost there. So close, yet so far away. Upstream World. Right now, I'm just talking. I'm going to go into the story. I'm going to finish the story of Dear David. I'll probably do like a little recap and then finish it because I started it on Monday and I didn't get to finish it and I'm wondering what happened. And then I was going to talk about Magic Mountain being haunted because I had no idea it was haunted. But apparently, allegedly, it is. Leslie's like, do it, Lisa! Mr. Cool saying your voice is so cool as you are. Thank you. D Nice is going, you know what? I'll put that up because now I can do that because I have it set up. I just couldn't test it out until I was actually live streaming. And it looks like it's working and I set it up right. Susie's like, I think we have ghosts outside making my windows rattle. Scary. Zero T's the same. Magic Mountain is haunted. Apparently it is. And I haven't, you know what? I'm going to go into it right now. So give me 1 second. Apparently it is. I don't know where it popped up. It just popped up somewhere and I was like, Magic Mountain's haunted? Oh, I gotta look this up. But apparently it is. Give me 1 second. And I forgot to delete something. The little thing that you forget to delete doesn't let you scroll. All right. Apparently, this is from... I don't even know what article this is from because it's not saying. Because I'd like to say who the people are. Okay, this is from hauntedhoneymoon.com. And it's about Six Flags Magic Mountain being haunted. It is this is the amusement park that's located here in Southern California. Oh, I didn't know that. In 1976, the first roller coaster to break 100 miles per hour, Superman the Escape, and the first fourth dimensional coaster X. And I don't know when this article was written, because it does not say. I guess when they were speaking with several employees of the park on our summer 2006 visit. So this is quite some time. It's an old article, but why not? Visit, we got some interesting stories. Most of these stories were from Vicky, an 11-year veteran with the park. There is a gray man. Wow. At least it's not a lady in white. that is sometimes seen at the jet stream, the boat ride. Additionally, sometimes people on the ride and the station will feel their hair being pulled. I don't know about that one. On the Cyclone, before there were 3 clicks on the safety restraints, a fat woman was thrown off the ride when the restraint failed. We have found no reference to this person on any amusement-related death list. Also, the tunnel at Cyclone will have the sound of people walking in it when there isn't anyone around. That is crazy. I didn't know any of this. I don't know if this is allegedly, because I don't know. I've been there. I haven't been there in a long time, but I've never experienced anything. D Nice is asking, what is my favorite ride at Magic Mountain? She's saying hers is the Riddler. I don't like roller coasters. Me and roller coasters do not mix. I think I went on Ninja years ago, and the whole time I was saying I'm gonna die. Carol's saying creepy. I mean, I went on the roller coaster because my friends wanted to. It's like, you know how one of those things, you're like, okay, if you want to go, I'll go. But I was holding on to dear life. Actually, I was holding on to my glasses too, because I'm always afraid my glasses are going to fly. So I'm like this. But the whole time I was like, I'm going to die. Diane, what's up? Alright, saying Indians are said to have been seen wandering around Samurai Summit. Some internet sources claim the following hauntings. There is supposedly a child in a striped shirt that will run around and through the supports underneath the Colossus at night. Sometimes the chain lift and the anti-rollbacks on the lift hill can be heard when the ride is shut down for the night. Ooh. The telephone in the Goliath station is said to receive odd telephone calls from an otherworldly source after the park has closed. Feelings of dread have also been reported. Cold spots and feelings of sadness and of being watched on the revolution have been attributed to an employee that was killed on the ride when she stepped onto the track and was dragged by the train. The apparition of a woman in a white dress has been seen in the area around the Magic Pagoda at night. A woman in white. That's a given. I think every haunted place has a woman in white. You just have to say that. And then I guess they give a review about the park with their hauntedness in it. But I had no idea that was going on. That is crazy. Senior Space Gusto saying, biting my nails. Leslie saying, don't answer the phone. Would you guys answer the phone? Like if you were there late at night and there was some random phone, like random phone booth. I don't even know if there's phone. Leslie, yes, it's the one in California. But I don't even know if they still have phone booths. Because I haven't seen one in a long time. Most of the ones that they took out. Linda Mercer saying, where? Magic Mountain in California. It's in Valencia. Michael Nothing's asking, have you heard of the shadow people? No, I haven't. Oh, wait a minute. Shadow people. You mean like random shadows, like shapes of people that you would see? And it wouldn't make any sense because it'd be just like a shadow, but there's nothing casting a shadow. Is that kind of what you're referring to? Bernadette saying, when are we going to hear about the women in purple or something? I know. Come on. D Nice is bold. She goes, I always answer. They end up hanging up. Zero Ortiz says my neck hurts on roller coasters. Now I can't ride them. I don't like anything I can't control, I guess. Unless it's me driving. If I was driving that fast, then I'd be fine. But if it's somebody else controlling it, I'm like, no. D Nice says it's just the shell of the phone booth. I know, that's all I see. I don't see any more phones. Chantilly's like, yes, be sure not to open all the freaking doors. Leslie's saying, no, I don't think there's phone booths back in the day. Michael Nothing saying, shadow people, hat men, some sort of weird entity. Phil, what's up? Leslie's asking where my PayPal is. Give me a second. Because I think I have it. Leslie, I dropped the link to my PayPal. Carol saying, I have a ghost story. I might have already told it. When I was really small, I was laying in bed trying to sleep, and I heard piano music that sounded like it was coming from outside. Ooh, scary. Susie saying, I was on a week before the roller coaster at Edmonton broke and did cause some deaths. Oh, that's scary too. Pat Gaines is on. I rode roller coasters once, never again. Nope, I am the same way. I think that was about it. I think I went on them a few times, and that was it. Bernadette's going, skinwalkers are the worst. Those are evil. I still have to check out that the documentary. It was a documentary, right? Bernadette on Netflix. I still have to check it out. Carol saying light came from the corner of my bedroom, and when I looked, an old lady in white was looking at me. She was glowing and all her dress was blowing. I looked at her, then turned back over. Ooh, that would. I'd probably be like throwing the sheets over my, or I wouldn't know. I'd probably be like frozen in fear, I think, if that ever happened to me. Bernadette saying, thank you, Spirit of the Trees, for the Cash App donation. I had it set up so I could hear the sounds and it didn't do anything. So I wouldn't miss you guys because I don't like missing. Thank you, Leslie. She says, Lisa, love ya. Thank you for your PayPal donation. Thank you, Bernadette. You are awesome. To my favorite ghost reporter, here's to finding ghosts with you one day. We will do it for sure. I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my first time ghost hunting too, but I'm gonna be so excited. I'm gonna have a smile on my face going through this. It's gonna be funny. We're gonna be going through like this creepy old, like haunted place, and I'll be like, Phil loves roller coasters. Carol saying from that day on, I always had to play a piano whenever I saw one. My parents even bought me a piano. I refused lessons because I already knew how to play it. That is crazy. That's, whoa. So you're thinking that the spirit that visited you, Carol, gave you that gift? That's crazy. I played piano from the time I was 5 to the time I was 15, and I hated it because it was something my mom wanted me to be a famous pianist, but I didn't want to. I wanted to be a rocker. I wanted to play guitar, but that never happened. Matthew saying I seen a lot of shows go to Skinwalker Ranch. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think Magic Mountain is haunted? Or do you think it's all fake? Jen saying the only way I'll go through haunted houses is to make fun of them. I'm sorry, Jen. Linda saying my favorite roller coaster is Space Mountain. I think you can feel weird things there. Ugh. I try to avoid that one. I'd still go on it. But I think now I won't, but I did when I was younger. Carol saying the lady who lived in the house before taught piano, said the old woman and her husband who lived next door. Crazy. I've been to Magic Mountain. I think the last time I went, I was like in high school or something like that. That was eons ago. Or it seems like eons ago. Teresa saying Skinwalker Ranch is meh to me anymore. I've watched so many shows about it, hoping for something to wow me. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's meh. Phil is saying, nope, Magic Mountain is not haunted. I don't think it is either, because I was surprised. I don't know where I found it. It just popped up. I think it might have popped up somewhere when I was doing a Google search, and I was like, no way. Linda Mercer's asking, is Magic Mountain in LA? It's outside of LA. It's in Valencia. It's about a hour outside LA, depending on traffic. Deja Voodoo saying, if you are in the Midwest, I could show you a notorious haunted cemetery. Step Cemetery. Electronics stop working in the cemetery and people see spirits and or fairy folk. I'll give you a tour. Oh, that'd be cool. Pat Gaines is asking, Lisa, what will you do if you see a ghost? That's so freaking to me. I've never actually seen one. So, I don't know. I've seen them. I don't know how I would react. I'd probably be scared though. Cause like in this room, if all the I won't be in this room if all the lights are off. Wank Shaftberry saying it is haunted. Senior Space Gusto saying last time I wrote it was in 2006. That's when I think that article was written. Or I may be, or if I see a ghost, I might actually be like, nah, I didn't see what I just saw. It might go either way. It'd be 50-50. I might get like scared, or I might be like, oh my god, that's so cool. I don't know yet. Zero Ortiz is saying haunted because there are old things lingering in those lands. It's a possibility. What's up, Daisy? How's it going? Matthew Coburn, it would either be like Three Stooges seeing ghosts or Scooby Doo. Kind of. Kind of. Could go either way. I I could watch it later and be laughing too because of my reaction. Teresa's going, maybe one day I'll see if I can visit Skinwalker Ranch. It's only about 5 hours south of me. Might get the wow I've been hoping for. Teresa, go check it out. That's like the best thing. If you're like skeptical about something, check it out like in person to you know what I mean? Then you could say, well, I went there and nothing happened. Linda Mercer saying it's Magic Mountain haunted. I'm sorry, I'm slow. The article I read, it was actually saying that it is, but I've been there and I've never had any experiences. D Nice is saying, ooh, fun story. Back when my grandmother passed in 2014, I have an acoustic guitar. 2 almost 3 a.m. I was gonna use the bathroom when I turned on my light. My guitar fell to the floor. That would have scared the crap out of me. She said I ran out of my room and slowly came back and seeing my guitar was on the floor away from its stand. Oh. Bernadette's asking, is the Haunted Mansion haunted in Disneyland? Can all the ashes that was thrown there? I don't know. I know. Didn't I read an article where it said something like the Pirates of the Caribbean was haunted because they actually used real skeletons way back in the day? Carol's like, Lisa, you would be freaked out at first, then you'll go crazy wondering if or when it'll happen again. True. Or if was that just what I thought? And then if it happened again, yeah, like the wondering if it would happen again. Pat Gaines is saying lingering old things. Zero was meaning like maybe with the land, like if it had a past. I'm not sure if the land there has a past. Raw Pros, has anyone seen Scream? Is it good? No, I haven't seen it yet. I think Lewis and I are gonna see it tomorrow, so I can't wait. Daisy's like, she typed Z on accident. That's okay. Alright, guys, who was on my Monday night stream? Press 1. Yes, Senor Space Gusto. Is that the new one with Jenna Ortega? Yes. It's the one, I actually have the poster. Let me see the way the camera's. The poster is on this side. I actually do have the poster for the movie. You can kind of see Ghostface sticking up. Daisy, I hope you feel better. Alright, guys, on Monday, I never got to finish the Dear David story. I only got halfway through, so I'm wondering what happened to the guy. Or, if he continued. So I'm going to go back and dive in to where we stopped off, because I was thinking the other day, I was like, what happened to him? Like, I never got to finish it. Leslie Kohler's asking, Queen Mary should be visited. Is it still in Cali? Yes. They just recently, they did some repairs on it. I think they kind of opened it, but I don't think it's fully opened yet. Susie saying, my kids were small. We were out in the forest hunting for a Christmas tree. It wasn't so bad then. We went back to the same spot to look for a tree to plant in the front yard. Something was staring. What was staring? Bernadette's going, I love your Squid Game dolls. Thank you. I had to prop them back up because they fell over earlier. Susie saying, I couldn't see anything at all, but I knew something didn't have kind intentions toward us. The Wancho, what's up? Sarai saying, sorry, Lisa, I missed your stream on Monday. That's okay, because I'm going to do like a quick recap. Vicky saying, I have experienced a few different paranormal things, so very interesting. A few times scared the heck out of me, but in general, very cool. Cool. Julius is saying, Lisa, will you give us a quick summary of what you covered on Monday? Yes, I will. I probably should have. I didn't realize that it was that long, or I would have probably should have done it on a Saturday. But I will give you guys a quick recap. Spirit of the Trees is saying, did anyone enjoy Alice in Borderland? I still have to catch that. I'm so behind on my programs. I am so behind. I am super behind. Especially this week, I haven't been really watching too much because I was like tweaking my layout and everything. I am so behind on my programs. I'm usually like up to date. Leslie saying, I think I saw your Monday show was awesome. Thank you. Nerd Report saying, I feel the evil rising. Bernadette saying, I have a plain spirit here. It likes to open windows and drawers and flicker lights. It's so annoying. Hey, at least it's a playful spirit and not one of those menacing ones that decides to throw knives across from your kitchen across the room. That would be scary. Leslie saying, I am behind too. I'm so behind, it's not even funny. Jen Pearson's asking, does live streams count as watch hours? Yes, they do. Daisy saying, I still have to watch season 2 of Alice in Borderlands. I started watching too many series and now I'm playing catch up. I know what you mean. Like, I bounce from things. Like, I'll just start scrolling. I'll start a show and then I'll start scrolling. Oh, that looks interesting. And then I'll click on that and then I'll jump on something else. So it's like I never finish anything, like, especially right now. Susie's saying, I think a lot of the forest up here is unexplored, so that is why I think Bigfoot is out here. I've seen a bunch of videos on Bigfoot, but I'm not sure how I feel about Bigfoot yet. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm kind of 50-50 with. D Nice is saying, thanks for these streams, Lisa. My birthday is next weekend, so I might miss upcoming streams. Tomorrow is going to be 14 years since my mom passed, and the 20th is going to be 9 since my dad's mom passed. Well, happy birthday if I don't see you before then. And then 14 years, it's been 20 years since my mom passed. And then it'll be 3 since my dad passed. Spirit of the Trees is I speak ADD too. Deja Voodoo, I'm indigenous. And my mom is a Wiccan high priest. Plus I practice voodoo. So I don't get spooked. I'm prepared on how to handle everything supernatural. That's super cool, Deja Voodoo. I don't know. I don't know. I've never had an experience, so I don't know how I would react. Panda Bear saying the only time that I had an experience of the paranormal was voices, and that was when I was listening to music loudly too. Could hear a voice, and for a moment I thought it was one of my parents. Have you guys ever been sitting in a room just randomly, like watching TV or something, like you're sitting on the couch and you hear your name, like someone's calling your name but you're the only, there's like no one in the house, and you hear someone calling your name? Has that ever happened to you? I've had that happen to me. Panda Bear saying 50-50 on the Bigfoot too. Spirit of the Trees is saying, D Nice sending love, much love. 10 months since my mom passed, 8 months since my dad. Been a fire year. That is crazy. It's gonna be 21. It's gonna be 21, I believe, this year, since I lost my mom, and 3 in August since I lost my dad. Julius is saying, yes, I've heard my kids call out mommy and no one is home. It's creepy though, because it's like you hear a familiar voice and you're like, what? You're like, huh? And then you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, like there's no one here. Teresa's saying, I used to hear my name a lot when I was younger, but not like that in years. Vicky S is saying, yes, and I had a friend whisper goodbye to me when my name, waking me up at 3 a.m., and his family called me the next day to tell me he had passed. I told them the time, kind of shocked them. Ooh. Alright, guys, I am going to get into... Oh, you know what? I should have put that, what you call it, in this, too, because, well, that's alright. I'll do a recap on Dear David. Dear David was basically a guy, Adam Ellis to be exact. He would tweet. This was in 2017, so it's kind of old. He would tweet that his apartment is being haunted by a ghost of a dead child, and he's trying to kill me. And so he goes on in a number of tweets. Like, he would show, like, his cats acting weird, like, staring at the door. He took some pictures. And, he did side by side. Like, he would take a picture of his front door with his iPhone. And then he had a Polaroid. And with the Polaroid, it would come out as a black door. But as the phone, it wouldn't. Like, no matter what he did with the door, it would come out black. And, he would have a dream of this, of Dear David, and this is what he looked like. So it's a number of tweets where he goes on about his experiences. And basically they're saying with Dear David, you can only ask him 2 questions, I believe it was. And he asked a third, but after every question you have to say Dear David, but the third question he didn't. So then after that, he's been having like all these weird experiences. Like, see, if you see the screen, his cats are acting weird where they're staring at the door. And it was usually like right at midnight, like his cats would just be staring at the door. He would also, when he was sleeping, he would make recordings and he would hear like static charges, but he didn't like put any, like, I can't hear the recordings, I guess, for some odd reason. I don't know why. Like, he bought an he bought a Polaroid camera, Intax Mini 9, Insta, whatever. And he would take pictures, like I was saying, of like random things in his apartment. And then he would take one out his front door and it'd be all black. And then he would say, well, maybe I had my finger over it or something. So he took one with his finger over it and you could see like one's lighter than the other. Carol's going, animals staring at nothing is freaky. Yeah, he would come up, he would walk, and both of his cats would just be staring at the front door. Like, and it was always after at midnight or a little after midnight. Pat saying, standing at the sink washing dishes, heard very small footsteps run behind me. No one was there years ago. Hey, Alice, how's it going? And then he had a dream about a warehouse and how it was empty. So he was going to the coffee shop and he happened to pass a warehouse and it was empty. And the only thing in there was a green chair, which ironically, when he first had the dream about Dear David was sitting on a green chair. And as I scroll, hold on. I think that's where we stopped. Yeah, this is where we stopped, where he goes to Japan. Carol saying, cats see everything. I swear I had a cat. I will never have one again. I like cats. T Nice is saying Lisa the Little drawing of for some reason reminds me of The Sixth Sense. The ghost boy with the wound on his head. I know it's not related, but would be cool if it was inspired. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I like that movie. I really did. So basically, this is where we left off. And this Adam Ellis, he was an illustrator. He's an illustrator, and I think he was a writer for BuzzFeed, if I'm not mistaken. So he basically tweeted, and this was September 22nd, 2017. He tweeted, "The past few days have been fairly quiet. I have been spending much time at home. I haven't been spending much time at home. I leave for Japan in a couple of hours." He goes, "I've been trying to avoid anything weird before my trip. I still feel like this all might stop if I just leave for a couple of weeks." So what happened previously was he lives like in a house that's like divided into, like, I guess the lower spot had a spot like he would that maybe it would stop. Sorry guys, my computer was making weird noises. And then he goes on, "Whatever happens, I want to thank everyone for their kind thoughts and concern. This whole ordeal has been stressful and it means a lot. It makes me feel like I'm not going through this alone. See you in a couple weeks." And this article is from The Bustle. So not much happened over the next few weeks after Ellis left for his trip. He mostly stayed off Twitter. He did post this cute and somewhat tongue-in-cheek photo from a shrine he visited while he was away. He goes, "I bought a votive tablet at the shrine I'm at in Japan." And he put, "Please protect my cats while I'm away from home." That's cute. But on his last full day in the country, he stumbled across something very unnerving. Zero T's is saying cats are very spiritual. Spirit of the Trees, the pictures make me want to buy in. Not saying I do yet. I don't know what, I mean, some of the stuff I saw, I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of, but I still wanted to know what happened. Because I was like, wait a minute. I never read the whole thing because I was kind of reading it with you guys. I didn't read ahead of time. So let's see what he stumbled across. At first, it just looked like a statue, but when he looked closer at one portion of it, he goes, I was taking pictures of it from different angles since it's cylindrical. I moved around to one side and almost dropped my phone at what I saw. Hold on. It felt too similar to be a coincidence. I felt dizzy staring up at it. This kid was with a dented head. Oh my gosh, right here. Is it this one? It must be this one. That is... I mean, I don't know. I guess it is kind of. Ellis found a dead ringer for David. The statue is called Mori no Uta, or Song of the Forest, located in Nakajima Park in Sapporo. It's a work by Japanese artist Takeo Yamachi. I suspect its resemblance to David is a coincidence, but the fact that it looks so much like Ellis's original drawing of David is pretty spooky. I mean, at that angle, I don't know yet. So then he goes on to tweet, weird things have been happening with the electricity in my apartment this week. So he must have returned from his trip. First, 2 bulbs have burned out in the hallway in less than a week. At this point, I've just left it alone, rather than get a ladder again. So then the author says it's about this point that Ellis's updates begin to slow down a bit. He started posting about once every week and a half to 2 weeks instead of every few days. Each one is fairly elaborate though, so when there's an update, it's an update. In the middle of October, he told us about some issues he'd been having with the electricity in his apartment. Light bulbs burning out with a shocking degree of frequency, an LED backlight strip that plugged into his TV turning off and on of its own volition before dying entirely. Oh my god, I'd be so mad if my lights were dying out. Adam goes, I noticed it's just something before dawn when I woke up and went into the kitchen to get some water. I'd barely gotten back into bed again when I saw a faint light come on in the living room. After a few seconds, it went dark again. So then it goes, after the backlight incident, which happened in the wee hours of the morning, Ellis couldn't get back to sleep, so he went to a 24-hour diner near his apartment, had some eggs, and then went home to shower and get ready for the day before heading into work early. While he was completing his morning ablutions, he said he started hearing some weird scratching noises outside of his front door. After everything that had happened so far, he couldn't bring himself to actually look through the peephole. So instead, he just held his phone up to it and snapped a picture. Here's what he saw when he looked at the photo. So then he goes, at first the picture didn't seem like anything, just blurry nothingness. But as I analyzed it and started noticing things, part of a face, an ear, an eye staring right back at me. Kind of? What do you guys think of this picture? Carol's saying I don't see it. I mean, I do see it. If you kind of stare at it long enough, it looks like an Elmo. You know, like a puppet? It does. Like, I see an eye right here. I see an ear. And then, like, a mouth. But then again, it's a dirty peephole, too. Chantilly's like, no, we don't like spooky eyes staring back at us, but that looks like a planet. It does. Like, right, it does. It looks like a planet with, like, fog over it. Matthew's going, looks like they took a picture of the blender. Panda's like, I kind of see it, but not much. Linda Mercer saying time. Oh, I know. I'm not looking forward to that. Carol saying, looks like the picture I took of the last eclipse. It kind of does. Thanks, Susie. Linda's going, I can't see. Daisy sees it. Teresa's saying, I can imagine alien-looking eyes with Elvis hair, but only if I try really hard. Becky's saying, I actually so see it, but it looks like a gremlin. Yeah, kind of. It still looks like a puppet to me. You know, like one of those like you would see on Sesame Street. D Nice is like, I'm trying to see, but I don't see it. Daisy's like, ooh, now I see the face. If you look at it long enough, you can kind of see like right here, like, I don't know, the eclipse looking thing. Like if you look below it, you kind of see a mouth. And then like above it, you kind of see an eye. Spirit of the Trees is saying it looks like a rotary dial phone. Yeah, it kind of does. Julissa is saying I had to squint really hard to see it. Carol saying it looks like the rat from Ratatouille. Martine saying I see a lot of things in there, but not really the face. Linda's saying, where's the face? I need help. I can't see. Becky G saying the farther you look back, the farther you back off from your device, the easier the face is to see. Linda, if you look at that eclipse looking thing in the middle, and if you look right above it, you kind of see an eye. And if you look like below, like if you look to the right of it, it looks like a kind of like a nose. And if you look underneath it, you can kind of see a mouth. It's like weird looking. Deja Voodoo saying, anytime some has problems with the electricity in their house, I feel compelled to ask if my father wired the house. He messed up a lot of properties, but he electrocuted himself by accident often. I'm not laughing at the electrocuted part, but the messed up. Teresa's like, oh wait, I do see what looks like a really, really faded photo of someone in the middle. D Nice is going, looks like a dirty DSLR lens. Teresa's saying the chin is pointing at 7 p.m. Daisy's like, stop focusing, trying to find it, and you'll see it. Looks like a monkey. It actually looks like, to me, it looks like a puppet from Sesame Street. Deja Voodoo saying, I see a dirty camera lens. Linda Mercer saying, I see 2 dots like Kermit's eyes. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of. D Nice is going, I'm a little distracted by what looks like Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas to the upper left. Linda saying, any cloud on the left. The cloud I see. Oh, yeah, kind of. D Nice. Carol saying, I can see Stitch. Yeah, yes. Bernadette saying, I see the Joker with a big white smile. Hold on. Let's see what happened. Oh, wait a minute. They go, do you see it? No? Try this. Well, I mean, I guess he goes, but as I analyzed it and started noticing things, part of a face, an ear, and an eye staring right back at me. Well, yeah, I do see like an ear. Then I guess a guy tweeted back, Sean H, and he goes, I see it, but the features don't quite seem human. To me, it looks a lot like the kid in the statue you saw from a higher angle. Oh, and I guess this guy did some more research. Diane saying it does look like an old phone. Teresa's like, I wish we had an interactive drawing tool to trace what we all see. We would all be looking at the same picture and we would all see something different. That would be kind of cool, actually. Teresa's going, no, that drawing is not what I see. I don't see that either. I see a puppet from Sesame Street. Linda, this is a guy that saw Adam Ellis's tweet, and he goes, wait a minute, this is what I see. It kind of looks like he's saying that it looks like the statue he saw that Adam Ellis saw in Japan. But I don't see that. I don't see what this guy's seen. What was his name? His name was Shane H. So then they go, looks like going away for a few weeks didn't dissuade David at all. I think maybe it's time to get someone else involved. It's obvious this isn't going to stop until I do something, Ellis concluded. I'm just not sure what that is yet. I'll let you all know when I figure it out. So then he goes, so instead, I had a friend come over and cleanse the place, and for about a week or so, it seemed like it worked. Things appeared to go back to normal. The cats weren't gathering at the door anymore. I stopped having dreams. So after his last update, Ellis had a friend perform a cleansing ritual in his apartment, which seemed to help somewhat, according to the tweets above. Things got weird again fairly quickly, however. First, remember the warehouse? The one near Ellis's apartment that keeps popping up time and time again? Well, on his way to work one day, he said that he saw it open again. And this time, there was something in it, a hearse. Just, parked all casual like in a space that was once devoted to fixing food carts. So I guess apparently he would walk by this warehouse and it was always busy fixing food carts. Then he had a dream that David was dragging him through an empty warehouse. And the next day, he walks by that warehouse and I'm picturing like it's a roll-up door because he took a picture of it closed. A roll-up door. And it was open, and there was nothing in there but a chair that was green. So then he goes to, I think he was going to the coffee shop, and he comes back, and it's closed. So now, there's a hearse in it? So then he takes a picture of it and goes, there's a hearse parked near the back wall. So what would you think of, would that freak you out, or would you be like, just look at it and go and shake your head? D Nice is like, great, now picturing Boss Baby dragging someone. I mean, he took a pretty good picture of the hearse because now, I mean, he blotched out the license plate, so I guess I... Carol's going, is he going to say anything about the thing in the lower right corner of the black back window? Angel saying the hearse is old too? Becky is saying that's creepy and I don't see a handle on the hearse door. Yeah, I don't. Carol, what are you seeing? I don't see it. She's going, it's like peeking out of the curtain. I don't see anything. I see blotches. Well, Linda Mercer saying reflection. D Nice going, is that only opened via key? There's no handle. I know, huh? Carol's like, right there. She's like... Like, to me, it just looks like the picture's playing, the camera play, like, when he took the picture with his phone, I'm assuming, it's playing tricks with us. Like, it's like a shadow or something. Bernadette saying, I see something next to the curtain. What do you guys see? Like this, like a white thing? D Nice is like, it's a dirty car. Deja Voodoo is like, I would think, yes, finally someone gave me a hearse. I like them. They are very cool cars. They are, actually. It's funny. I used to work at a dealership a long time ago, and a hearse pulled in, and the guys would always joke around with me, and they were like, "Sit back there." I was like, "I'll sit in there." I'll go in there, and they're, "Oh yeah, that's right. You're not like other girls." Because I was like, I'll go in the back, close the door, and everything. I'll fall asleep. Bernadette saying it looks like Gonzo from the Muppets. I do not see it, guys. I mean, I see like a white shadow. Teresa's asking, do I have the ability? No, because how I'm looking at it, I can't really blow it up. I haven't figured that out at least yet. Deja Voodoo is like, I will accept a hearse for my birthday should any family members be on this live stream. Nerd Report saying, full. Spirit of the Trees is saying, bust dem bubbles. Carol saying, a guy used to come to the gas station I worked at. He pulled up one time in a Ghostbusters mobile. That's super cool. Pat Gaines looks like a glowing eyeball. I don't see it. Matthew's going, there's a 53 Cadillac hearse for sale here in Florida. I would love to have a 59 Caddy hearse like Ghostbusters. They're cool cars. Let's see what he says about the hearse. So for what it's worth, I played around with the photo a bit. So this is the author of the article, which I forgot, but I don't want to lose my spot. It's because it's at the beginning. But this is from The Bustle. But I didn't see anything weird in it. No faces or other odd figures. And it doesn't seem like anyone else on Twitter did either. So it might just have been a coincidence. It was the Halloween season after all. Maybe it was a prop being stored for a haunted house or something like that. But the next part of the update doesn't seem at all like a coincidence. Ellis wrote that on that evening of the October 25th, he was heading into the kitchen to grab a beer from the fridge when he spotted something frightening out the window. A person standing on the roof opposite his apartment, staring at him. Ellis dropped to the ground, grabbed his phone, and took a photo through the window. Okay, I'm afraid to see what this one looks like. He goes, I immediately ducked down. I reached up and flicked off the light switch. I peered over the window still, but couldn't see much. My phone was in my pocket, so I grabbed it and took a photo. It was blurry and dark, but I swear someone was out there. I don't see anything. Unless he's talking about like the faint lights right here. But I don't see anything. Deja Voodoo's going, he's being haunted by Muppets. Lucky man. Diane saying, has he ever seen anybody buy this garage? Earlier he would just walk. I guess it used to be a business. Like it was a busy business fixing food carts. And then, like I said, he had tweeted that he had a dream that Dear David was dragging him through an empty warehouse. And the next day he was walking to the coffee shop and he noticed like the warehouse was empty. But I don't think he's ever seen anybody since then. Becky G saying, I don't see anything either in this one. Nerd Report saying this guy makes stuff up. Pat's going, oh my god, look right over the bowl on the left. I'm going like, I'm trying to cover the light. Maybe the light's like glaring. I still don't see anything. Senior Space Gusto saying, oh, so it was Lewis? Linda Mercer saying that's the light post. Deja Voodoo saying, I don't see it either, but I'm cool with being haunted by the Muppets. Bring it on, Animal. Love Animal. If you blow up the picture, the third post to the left looks like a creepy child or doll. Unfortunately, I can't blow up the picture here. Oh, dude, wait a minute. Okay, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, now I see something. It's probably playing tricks on me. But no, if you see, like, the planner to the left, and, like, right, okay, and then you see, like, I don't know what those are, bars? So you see the two planners, and then the two bars, right next to the bar to the left, there's something there. It looks like there's something there, like there's a figure. That's crazy. I had to like pull my glasses off. It's probably like a tree, but it looks like someone's actually standing, like there's someone there, like there's a head and a body. That's crazy. Yeah, Pat Gaines saying standing next to the post. Yes. Carol saying that's a table lantern. It could be, but that looks like it's got a face. It looks like it's got a face. It's right there. I don't know. Can you guys see my arrow? I didn't think if you could, but it's right there. If you see my arrow, but I don't think you can. Carol's like, it's a friendly table lantern. That's crazy. Yeah, I had to look really close to see it. Spirit of the Tree saying we can't see your arrows. I didn't think you could. Daisy, you can't see my arrows. Because my mouse arrow doesn't pop up on the screen. Pat Gaines is going, got a head and arms and face. Creepy. Yeah, it does. It's like, if you guys look between the two pots in front of the picture, and then there's two bars, I guess is what it is. It looks like he's got bars on the windows. If you look at the lower left hand bar, you'll see like a shadow. If you look real close, you'll see a head a white shirt and like a body. That is crazy. I had to look at it really close. Like, I had to get. Oh, that is crazy. But I don't think he sees it. Nerd reports going, nothing in the picture. He even admitted it. I swear someone was out there. Carol saying, okay, if I turn my brightness up on my screen, I can kind of see it. But then also, too, when he was talking about it, he said, but he said he saw a person standing on the roof opposite his apartment. So it would be more up by where the buildings are. Not down, but I do kind of see something in his patio. Spirit of the Trees is saying it looks like Dear David is a priest. Diane is like, okay, now I see it. Nerd Report's like, wait, on the right, on the first plant. It's on the left for me. I don't know if it's opposite for you guys. But it's in between the bars. Yeah, it looks like, you're right, it kind of looks like he has a color, but I think of it like a white, like he's wearing a white shirt and then he has like a sweatshirt underneath. Lorraine saying, looks like two people, second window from the right. Diane saying 4 blocks of lights to the left is a person standing. Oh yeah, like even in the distance you can kind of make out like a shadow. Senior Space Gusto saying my eyes are not that good to see. Pat Gaines kind of looks like the head is dented on one side. Oh, maybe. Eileen saying I see a black cat in the far right corner of the white box by the light reflection. It's a possibility because he does own a black cat. But then he turned off the lights, though, so you shouldn't be able to see. Julius is saying, I see a silhouette with a huge head. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can. Give me a second here. Alright, give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I could do it that way. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Give me a second while I find, if I can find it. Oh, it won't let me play it. For Hold on, guys, because Lewis actually zoomed in on the picture and he sent it to me. Oh, wait a minute. Here. No, it didn't work. I like it when things don't work. Teresa saying, yeah, totally looks like a doll to me. Let me see if I can show you guys this photo. It's not wanting to show up for me for some odd reason. Why? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know my password. Hold on, guys. I don't know my password. Like, it wants me to sign in, Lewis. To see that video. Teresa's like, really wish I thought of blowing Lewis. Blew up the photo, but I can't get it to work for some odd reason. I don't know why. Okay, that's the browser. Oh, that I can do. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Let me delete this. Because I was trying to get that to work, so I'm going to use that. So we'll use this, since this is already set up. Alright. Lewis blew it up, and he pointed an arrow toward it, so now you can see what we're seeing. Or he lit up the picture a bit. Sorry, guys, that took me a while. Carol's like, the fact that it won't work for you is pretty creepy. But he is, so that's what. It took me a while to see that. I had to, like, I had to really, like, you know, have my face up really close to see that. Carol's like, oh, that's not a table lantern. I know, that's why I was like. Pat Gaines, I'm watching from a TV screen and used a phone enlarged. It's a person. Julius is like, cool effect, Loose. That's what I was seeing. But I don't think Adam saw it because he's like, I swore I saw something. Alright, guys, this is what the blow up picture is. Now that you can see it, I'm going to go back to the other actual picture. Okay, so this is the actual picture. Angel's like, how the F did you guys see that? Panda Bear, it took me a moment to when I saw the photo, but I saw it. Daisy was like, that's what I've already been seeing after you pointed it out. Elfig is like, now I see it. Pat's going, thank you, Lewis. Yes, thank you, Lewis. I mean, I had to really, like, be up close to the photo to see it. That's crazy. Oh, wait a minute. He had a brightened up version. All I had to do was scroll. Oh, that's crazy. That picture, you don't see anything. I tried to take a better photo, but the figure had disappeared. Oh, okay, so he did see the figure. So he tried to take another photo, but there's nothing there. Deja Voodoo's like, now I see it, and it's still Muppet height. Martine is like, I see it. Is that a roof? I think that's like his outside of his, because he's on the second story, so it might be like his roof area, I guess. Okay, Lewis sent me a picture and it's flicking. It's showing the middle finger. Teresa's going, most likely it has a lot to do with the different screens and settings we're all using. I wish he took like the time, like he timestamped the photos, so like we knew like the difference between the photos, like the time it took between the photos. Yeah, it's gone, but then see, now you could see like the roof area or patio. I don't know if that's like a roof or if he can actually walk on there, but now you can see it better. Yeah, see, someone Almighty Ace tweeted back, okay, so that this is not okay. So they lightened up the picture. Diane's like, see, that's what I saw. It took me a while, but but I finally saw it. Like in this picture, it looks like a little kid, or like kind of like a porcelain doll. Let me move it up a little bit. There you go. Oh, I mean, I guess it's timestamped because this one says 9:03 p.m. That one doesn't. Like his original photo was at 8:54 p.m., but it doesn't. And it's October 26th, which is very close to Halloween. Angel saying the head does look misshapen on the figure too. It kind of does a little bit. It does a little bit. It really does. It kind of looks like the picture of the statue that he saw in Japan of the child. Martine is going, why does it look like he's standing with his back to him? Yeah, but I can kind of see eyeballs, like, like the sockets for the eyeballs. And I see the ears. Yvonne saying, I see two kids, one closer to the two parallel bars and one standing in the corner of the fence. Maybe? I don't see the second. Yvonne saying the one in the corner is smaller. Like on the actual, ledge. Yvonne? Teresa saying, I still say it looks like a doll, the kind with either no hair or plastic formed hair. It looks like an old porcelain doll. Yvonne saying they are looking at each other. Maybe, I can kind of see like a weird kind of shape up here. Alright, let's see what. Alright, then he goes on. Now we're in November, so it jumps to November 5th. It really does jump. He goes, in the dream, I saw him in a chair again. I don't have the green chair in my room anymore. This time it was a recliner I've had for years. So, on Monday, the first time he saw Dear David, he had this green 70s looking chair. D-Nice said it was like an IKEA chair. And that's where he saw, it was like a rocking chair, but it looks like a 70s type chair to me. And that's where he first saw Dear David. So now he's saying it's in a recliner that he had for years. He was staring right at me, just like the first time. Again, I felt paralyzed and could barely move. But this time, something was different. Does he have a picture? So they're saying Ellis wasn't quite as paralyzed as he had been the first time around. He could move his hands a bit. So when David began to approach, Ellis grabbed his phone, in the dream that is, and started to take some pictures. He woke up right as David reached his bed and began to crawl up it. Oh, scary. You always tend to wake up when you have a bad dream at that moment. Being able to move in the dream wasn't the only thing that was different this time. Though, when Ellis looked at the camera roll on his phone, he saw dozens of photos that had been taken in the dark the night before. Apparently, he wasn't just taking pictures in the dream, but also in real life. These 3 images were of particular note. Okay, he's saying turn up the brightness, but I can't do that here. Holy crap, there's something sitting on the chair! No, dude, I see like a striped sweater. It's Freddy. No, I'm just kidding. Holy crap. Brandon's like, gonna have to watch from the beginning. Okay, this picture is creepy. It's like a boy, it's like a little kid sitting in his recliner. And apparently to him, he took these in his dream. This one's crazy. Because I can kind of see, I see fingers. I see fingers and a face. Chantilly's like, oh God, no Freddy sweaters. Teresa goes, did the guy brighten this one too? No, this is actually the actual photo, but he said to brighten it up. But I already see something, so I don't need to brighten it up. But I don't see a misshapen head like he said Dear David had. Yeah, it doesn't look like a misshapen head, though. Chantilly's like, maybe I should turn the lights off so I could see what you're seeing. Give me a second, guys. Let me, hold on here. Hold on here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you see me. It's right there. It's like in the middle. Because you'll see like, what is this? To the far right, you see like a coffee table or something. Then there's like a couch thing. And then on the couch thing, you'll see like in the middle, if you look close enough, you see something with a striped sweater. Becky G saying it looks like Chucky. Matthew saying it looks like a doll in a striped outfit. Let me move it up a bit so it's not... Hold on here. Oh, wait a minute. I went up too far. Pat Gaines to say, please don't brighten it up, so creepy. Julius is saying, I see it. The face looks like the face of an ultrasound picture. Teresa's like, must be my screen size. I blew it up and can totally see it again. Looks like a doll. Deja Voodoo, I thought it looked like a ventriloquist dummy. I have too. I am weird as is my family, and that's what I got in the will. Creepy dummies in a box. Nothing wrong with that, Deja Voodoo. That's actually kind of cool. Sid, your Space Gusto saying it's Justin Bieber. I'm sorry. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's why, because I can actually see, like, fingers. Like, it's just sitting there. That is crazy. And I guess this is, like, the same photo? I don't know. Oh, my crowd! Oh, this one's... Now I see the misshapen head. Oh, that is crazy. I guess he was taking photos as he was coming toward him. That would scare the crap out of me. Oh, yeah. He has a major misshapen head. Martine is like, yes, this is really creepy. Brandon's like, creepy. I know that is. That looks like a... That looks almost like a 4 or 5 year old. Like, super small. Angel's like, well, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm not either. I'm going to be going to bed thinking that dear David is watching me. It's going to grab my feet. Oh, that's crazy. Like, you could see his little hands pushing against the recliner chair, I guess that is. Nerd Report's going, too bad that outside of this, Adam Ellis acts like a total dumbass on Twitter. I don't follow him, so I don't read his tweets. Chantilly's like, it's amazing what our eyes can see sometimes in the dark. Yikes. That looks like the same picture, almost. This one's like really blurry, but creepy at the same time. This one kind of looks like one of those abstract paintings. Like you just went whoosh. Chantilly saying, I could see a face for sure now. Teresa saying, sure the head looks misshapen, but the top of the head not only looks too tall, but also looks like a camera blur. I mean, this photo right here, it's all blurry completely, but you could see, like, you can kind of make out, like, it's misshapen. Like, for sure, like, it's majorly dented. Because now this is not just a picture. It's like an actual, like, it's crazy. Super crazy. Nerd Report saying Adam Ellis is a cartoonist. It did say in the article earlier, the one I did on Monday, that he was an illustrator. And he used to work for BuzzFeed. Becky's asking, I'm wondering why the flash never goes off. I noticed in the balcony photos that they were blurry until the one where he said it was gone. Then the photo was clear. He might have had, because I know when he saw something, he turned all the lights off. And he was like, oh, I have a camera. Let me take a picture. And then I think the second photo, he might have had the lights on. That might be why it looked clearer. Because he probably turned the lights on and he was trying to take another picture. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know if that's the case. Okay, they go, guess what happens when you brighten these suckers up? So, they brightened it up for sure. Well, in this photo, you can't really see the fingers. I mean, you could see it better in general, but like the features are more blurry in this. I went too far again. Brandon's going, looks like something from a Tool Tool music video. Yeah. Deja Voodoo saying, that's my vision, seeing my black cat jump on me when I am sleeping, just a blurry shape. Chantilly is saying it looks like there's a fake pink head hanging upside down on a kid's body. Teresa going, yeah, where the top of the head should be, it's way too tall to me. Anyone else understand what I mean? I mean, it kind of looks like an alien face if you kind of look at it. Deja Vu to say, like, who takes photos while sleeping? I have too many questions for this guy. I don't. I don't know. Chantilly's like upside down alien face, perhaps. Senior Space Gusto said, did this guy flunk photography in high school? Yvonne goes, looks like hair of the oh yeah, the I think I have one of those somewhere still. Like you just go like this to it. I mean, it looks like a doll though still if you think of it. What? Uh-oh, I went into an ad. No. Now how do I get out of the ad? I hate when I do that. Let me see if I can find the article again. Those pesky ads, they like to pop up. I think I'm stuck on a darn ad. Hold on, when I fix it. Martine saying my screen is freezing just when the last picture came up. No sound either. That's creepy. I'm home alone. Oh, no. All right, let me see if I can get out of this darn ad that I got stuck in. So give me a second, guys. Entertainment. Oh, I mean, I guess it was under TV and movies because it was talking about... No. I'm in a rabbit hole now. See if I could delete it and then add it. Alright, I found it. Now I gotta... Now I gotta find where I was at. And just beware of ads. Okay, hold on. Almost there to find it again. Sorry, guys. Oh no, I don't want to see this because it's going to give it away. Because I went a little too far. Alright, okay, I found it. I don't know what ad I clicked on. Alright, I found it again. Took me a while. Julius is saying, hoax, what does the chat think? Becky G, there was no back button in my, there was no back button at all. Like, I was looking for a back button. Teresa's like, I believe in strange things, but I'm also a huge skeptic, especially when folks go on like this guy has, but I am having a great time. Carol's like, I think it's a cool story, but at the moment I think it's fake. Bernadette goes, I'm a home alone too. I wish a sexy ghost visit. Julius is saying, I'll definitely watch the movie. Same here. I'll definitely check that movie out. Linda's like, I could see it now, but it does look like a reflection from a sliding door, like a mirror. Chantilly's like, reminder, don't get spooked, you guys, when our clocks jump ahead tonight. We're safe. I think there's a few places I think that don't. I think Arizona stays the same time all year round, if I'm not mistaken. I wish they would do that everywhere else. I think they do. Nerd reports like, I looked this guy up. He's full of crap. Senior Space Gusto goes, yes, Arizona does not go by daylight savings. They're the lucky ones. They don't get their sleep disturbed. But I agree with Carol. I am looking forward to it being lighter longer. Deja Voodoo saying Dear David was an ARG, so it's just a story. On Loie Lane's channel, she was talking about how the creator of Dear David is in talks to making a Dear David movie. No, I know. When on Monday it did mention in the article that that they were making a movie, but I'm not sure if it's out yet because it said something about it started in 2021 or something like that. Then they go, well, hi there, David. Since these photos are obviously not the result of pareidolia, at this point, it became crystal clear that there were only two options for what was going on. Either Ellis was spinning one hell of a yarn, complete with manufactured photos, or he was actually being haunted. Hunted? Oh, it says hunted by an angry child ghost. It was up to the readers to decide which explanations they believed. So then he goes, for everyone asking, yes, I'm alive. I've been on the quiet side because there's something I'm trying to investigate, and I'm not sure how to yet. I'd rather not tweet unless I have something substantial to share. All right. For anyone who was concerned after the last update that David had finally gotten Ellis, however, we received good news on November 16th. The ghost hadn't won just yet. What's more, Ellis made a discovery about his apartment building that might just be a game changer. Ellis has previously established that his apartment building was actually a house that had been converted into something kind of like a duplex. When he first encountered David, he was living in the first floor unit. By the time everything really started to ramp up, he'd moved to the second floor unit. He believed the building looked something like this. So then he goes on and tweets, it's also sort of hard to explain the logistics of what I'm trying to find out, but I'll do my best. Basically, there's a part of my apartment I'm just now learning about. At least that's what I think. To refresh your memory, I live in a duplex. I used to live on the first floor, and now I live on the second floor. It's a long, boxy building that looks like this. Alright, so then he puts, it's a house that looks like a box? So he goes, my old apartment, my new apartment, roof that I don't have access to. He goes to the business next door, then the roof where I think I saw David. So that was the one where we saw the picture and Lewis blew it up and we finally saw a doll with a priest collar. But while he was tweeting the previous update, he said that he had started hearing some loud thudding noises coming from above his apartment, which meant that his previous understanding of the building was incorrect. There was, he noted, no way to access the roof, nor was the sound of the banging old pipes. It was distinctly the sound of something falling to the floor. He wrote, "My building is old and makes lots of noises, but this was a new sound and it startled me." And hey, guess what he found when he went out in the hallway outside his apartment to investigate? Why is he going outside? I'd stay inside. So he goes, "So I'm thinking, is there some secret crawl space in my home? I look all over my apartment, but I can't find it out. So I go into the hallway, and that's when something dawns on me. There's no real way to ease into this, so I'll just see it. There's a mysterious hatch in my hallway. I've always known about it, but I just assumed it opened directly to the roof." Ooh, that's kind of creepy looking. It looks like it has some water damage, too. So he needs to tell his landlord to fix that. Deja Voodoo saying it was an ARG. It's him making a ghost story knowing it's not real. Nerd Report going, it's not a good ARG though. Carol's like, "Oh God, spackle prime and paint." No, they need to. It honestly looks like there's like mold too. Like there was water damage. Then they go, "Yep, a hatch. A creepy hatch in the ceiling. It appeared to be pretty high up there too." Oh, wait a minute. Since I started the article anymore. This article is written by Lucia Peters on the Bustle. Since I started it, so since I have it at the beginning over here, I can see who wrote it. Yeah, there looks like there's water damage there. I don't know. So then he goes on, "It's really high above the stairs, so I always figured it was impossible to access without some sort of fancy professional ladder. I took this video so you could see how high it is." Oh, wow, it's really high. What's more, its dimension raised some questions about the building. So he goes, "I see that hatch every morning when I leave for work and think nothing of it. But this time something dawned on me. It can lead to the roof because it's actually below the roof. I'm about to spring some simple math on you, so I apologize in advance." Alright. First, the skylight is flat with the roof. I checked Google Earth to make sure. The hatch is about 3 feet below the skylight, meaning there's about 3 feet of empty space between the two openings. It seemed probable that the hatch led to a crawl space directly above Ellis's apartment, which in turn meant that the layout of the building actually looks like this. So then he redraws another picture. He goes, "I think maybe the hatch leads to a short ladder going to the roof. But even if that's the case, the hatch is leveled with all the ceilings in my apartment. That means there's 3 feet of empty space all over my apartment." That's just a weird house. What do you guys think? Like when he said he lived in an old house that was transformed into a duplex, I was thinking like a house. Therese is asking, what does ARG mean? Martine goes, Its picture reminds me of the movie The Exorcist. Or this picture. Deja Voodoo's like, and he's an illustrator? How? I'm an artist and I add some magic to just shapes to this is my apartment. Carol's like, could have been building code at the time. Could have. Deja Voodoo saying an ARG is an alternative reality game. What was in that 3 feet of space? Was it a crawl space directly above Ellis's apartment? He wasn't sure, but he ordered a telescoping pole on Amazon so he could poke at the hatch from the stairs and check it out a bit later. And by later, I mean after Thanksgiving. So he goes, a lot has happened in the last week, but I was away for Thanksgiving, so I'm just now able to write it all down. The noises from the ceiling haven't let up, but the pole I ordered didn't arrive before I had to leave for the holiday, so I didn't actually get it until late Friday night. I planned to investigate the next morning and went to bed. He goes, I barely fallen asleep when I woke up to an incredibly loud crash above me. It sounded like someone had dropped a bowling ball. I bolted upright in bed and immediately felt strange. There was a weird energy all around me. I can't explain it. After about a minute, I heard another crash. I briefly thought about grabbing my shoes and booking it, but that would mean passing under the hatch, and that seemed like a bad idea. So instead, I just listened and waited, though I'm not sure for what. Hold on, I went way... Alright. Because I scrolled way too quickly. He goes, the crash happened again and then again, probably 15 times in a row, followed by a long silence. Then I heard a smaller, creaky sound from the hallway. In my mind, I registered it as a footstep, but it really could have been anything. I stayed still, but there was no more sounds after that. I laid back down, still tensed and nervous, but I must have fallen asleep at some point because I woke up the next morning and everything seemed normal again. I got dressed and let to go get a bagel, same as every Saturday. What's more, when he was leaving to go get that bagel he had been planning to get, he noticed some debris on the stairs right below the hatch. This prompted him to forget about the bagel, run back into his apartment, and get the telescoping pole. He took a video of what happened when he used the pole to nudge open the hatch. He goes, at that point, bagels were the last thing on my mind. I went back upstairs and grabbed the pole. I set my camera on the coat wardrobe at the top of the stairs and hit record, just to make sure it would be caught on video if a demon burst out of the hatch. All right. So then he goes, here's the video. I would be wearing a mask because you don't know what's going to fall down if you open that. Like, what the heck was that? So this is what it says. This is what fell out. I picked it up and realized what it was. It was a small leather shoe. Oh, that's creepy. That is super creepy. Martina's like, oh, now I understand what ARG is and why he wrote it on Twitter. Carol's like, bagels. I know, every time I see a bagel, I want a bagel. Deja Voodoo's like, in my experience in crawl spaces are Pink Panther brand insulation, fiberglass. No need to go in the crawl space. Don't investigate. I agree, because if it's fiberglass, it's going to be itchy. Plus, too, you don't, like, I would have had a mask on or something. Carol's like, I'm in it for the cream cheese. But yeah, but what, like, this weird shoe. So the author goes, this is a small child shoe, and it's creepy as F. So suitably freaked out, Ellis did what I would argue he should have done the moment he discovered the hatch. He calls his landlord. The landlord brought a ladder, used it to open the hatch, looked around and found nothing. Or at least it seemed like nothing at first. Spoiler, there was definitely something up there. Alright, well, what did they find? So then he goes, a few hours later, my landlord was on a ladder, shining a flashlight into the crawl space. I stared up at him, half expecting something to grab him and yank him into the darkness. He angled his flashlight all around and finally saying, there's nothing up there. But then he was like, oh wait. I watched as he reached up in the emptiness with his free arm, and when he pulled it back, he had something small and round in his hand. He climbed down the ladder and handed it to me. The thing he handed Ellis turned out to be an antique marble, a green one. There's that motif again. Green like the rocking chair, green like the chair in the warehouse, green like the jar, and green like the turtle shell and the cactus. So then he goes, again, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. It was smooth and shiny, and at first I thought it was an old piece of candy, but it was cold and too heavy to be candy. After a second, I realized it was a marble. It was so worn that it hadn't registered as a marble at first. Its shape was also sort of weird, with a little bump on the end. That is weird. So I guess the author goes on saying Ellis ended the thread by saying that he was keeping the marble and the shoe on his dresser. I, for one, believe that to be a bad move, but I mean, you do you, Adam. So then he goes, following the hatch incident, a few of Ellis's followers theorized that they may have identified the real Dear David, an anonymous murder victim from 1921 known as Little Lord Fauntleroy, who was named for the Francis Hodgson Burnett novel due to his very fine clothing. Was a boy estimated to be between the ages of 5 and 7 years old who was found dead in a pond near the O'Laughlin Quarry in Waukesha, Wisconsin in 1921. He had died after being struck on the head with a blunt object, a murder which remains unsolved to this very day. The Twitter users who made the connection between Fauntleroy and David cited a few similarities as evidence. One, Fauntleroy was wearing leather shoes, and Ellis had just found a small leather shoe in his apartment. And two, a theory about Fauntleroy posted that he may have been kidnapped from a wealthy family, and there were a lot of wealthy families in New York at the time. Personally, I don't think the evidence is strong enough to suggest that David is Fauntleroy for reasons I laid out here. It's still an interesting theory, though, so check it out if you feel so inclined. For what it's worth, Ellis hasn't commented on it either way. I mean, it says click here, but you can't really click, or it says click through, so it must be somewhere. So he goes, sorry for the long break. I haven't been feeling great the past couple of weeks and haven't had time to update. There also wasn't much to say for the most part. I wasn't sleeping well and I was having weird dreams, but they were vague and hard to describe. I'm sleepy all day long and I've been getting sudden bouts of dizziness. Ellis didn't post an update for 2 weeks, largely because he said he didn't have anything of note to report. He wasn't sleeping well and he generally didn't feel great, but nothing major had occurred until December 6th. The night Ellis wrote, he woke up with a start and felt something strange, like something had just been watching me. There was no one there when he turned on the light, of course, but he said he was experiencing the tangible feeling of badness he learned to associate with David. After a couple nights of this, waking up suddenly feeling like he was being watched, Ellis downloaded an app on his phone that made it take photos automatically every 60 seconds and set it up on his bookcase. He left both it and a light on while he slept, and in the morning he claimed he found some really disturbing pictures on his camera roll. Most of the pictures were just him sleeping in the empty room, but right toward the end the phone snapped the following images. Ooh, I'm almost afraid to look. So then he goes, the vast majority of them were me sleeping in an empty room. It's sort of dark, but you could see me sleeping. I left a couple of night lights on just in case anything showed up, but for the first 100 or so photos, it was just me in an empty room. That's a weird position for his bed. Oh, and then in the second photo, we've got the weird, creepy doll. on the chair, I guess? Yeah. Carol's going, why are there so many doors? I don't think those are doors. I think those are like windows, maybe? Or like the design of the room? Yeah, Carol goes, oh, never mind, they're windows. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're windows and he covered them, maybe? Let's see what the next photo says. He didn't need to brighten that one up. I could see it. Down to the Amazon package on the table. Then he goes, then suddenly he was there, standing on the chair at the foot of the bed, staring at me. I clicked too far. I love when I do that. In the next photo from a minute later, he seems to be staring straight up at the ceiling. Just staring. He's getting possessed. Then he appears to collapse on the chair. The next dozen of photos are all the same. He's completely lifeless. At first, I thought he was dead, which obviously doesn't make any sense. I looked over at the chair, half expecting him to still be there, but it was empty. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at this one. I'm sorry. Deja Voodoo saying, see bat at the drawings of the apartment, 0 windows of the drawings. Carol's like, dude, that's horrible. Carol's like, of course he's lifeless, duh. Lorraine's like, notice the shadow. Still, though, that's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's too hilarious. That is too hilarious. We don't need it brightened. Then he goes, but then in the next photo, he's gone. The room is totally empty again. He's gone in the next several photos, too. I figured maybe that was it, but I kept swiping through the photos. Okay, I guess in this photo, he's gone. What the heck is that? Like what the heck? Okay, so he's saying about 15 photos later, he was back standing next to the bed. It was just like the last time I saw him. That doesn't even look like him. This looks like a doll with a dress on. Nerd report saying, Lisa, you are doing a great job. Thank you. Deja Voodoo said he should have sprung for a marionette if he wanted movement. Martine's like the ghost was maybe dead? He's saying, Nerd Report saying, love tonight's stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This does not look like, dear David, this looks like a doll that was just laid on the ground with a dress on. Teresa says, I second Nerd Report. Thank you. So then he goes, that's when my heart started to race. I didn't want to look at the rest of the photos, but I knew I had to. I swiped to the next photo and my heart sank into my stomach. So what was he doing, a Chucky thing? He was on the bed, inches from me, staring down at me, sleeping. So I'm rolling with it. I thought for a second there he was doing the Chucky thing. Trying to get his soul into his body. Dude, would you think he would have woken up if that... I mean, I think even if it was a ghost, I would have felt something. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so now he goes, the next one was worse. In the next photo, he's staring right at the camera. Actually, that looks like the back of his head. What do you guys think? Yeah, because I don't even see, like, eye sockets or anything. Martine's like, he is now smaller and had a dress. I know. When he saw, like, he moved closer to the bed, I was like, that's not him. Like, what are you talking about? Because look at him in this photo. Like, you could clearly see he has a striped sweater. Like in that last one where he like put the red circle. That looked like it wasn't even the same thing. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe in the Brighton one I see eye sockets. Then he goes, after that, there's seemingly nothing. He disappears again, and the rest of the scroll is just me alone in my room again. That's it, until the last photo. Here's the final photo on the scroll. Alright, so Dear David has hair? Like, if anything, I would have gotten, like at least the eyeball in the picture. You know what I mean? Lorraine saying he looks like he's 2 or 3. That's what I was thinking because of how small. Julissa saying this looks like a Snapchat filter. I mean, I guess you could kind of still see him in the bed sleeping. But I didn't realize Dear David had hair because you could never see. Deja Voodoo saying, I'm a crazy heavy sleeper. A horse could be walked into my room and start kicking a wall and I'd be dead asleep muttering, shut up. Carol Haddon is saying, if you really want to get creeped out, look at an old Victoria memorial photos. I've seen those photos where they used to take pictures with loved ones that had passed. Those are creepy. Teresa's saying I'm in the way. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, I am. Hold on, I'll move me. Give me a second. Alright, there you go. Martine's like a hairy ghost? Carol's like, dang, that's some nappy doll hair. What's more, one Twitter follower strung the photos together into a gift and discovered that David may have moved the camera in that last shot. Oh yeah, I guess he did. That's creepy. Oh, maybe like, oh, maybe. Then it goes, Ellis left it on this note. He goes, I'm at loss for words. That malformed ear, that stringy hair. I didn't even know what to think. I looked all over my room but couldn't find anything. And honestly, I've been so exhausted I didn't know how to process this. process it. Even now, all I want to do is just go to sleep. So then he announces, hey everyone, I'll be gone for the next week visiting family back home in Montana for the holidays. It'll be nice to get away from all of this for a bit. Thanks for everyone's kind words lately. I'll see you when I get back. And then it goes, and as his next update suggests, the holidays were not as relaxing as he may have been hoping they'd be. He goes, I even started browsing listings for new apartments back in New York. The last thing I want to do is move in the middle of winter. But after the past few months, it seems like it might be worth it. It felt like there might be a way out. But after a few days, I started to feel strange again. One night, I got up to go to the bathroom, and as I stood there in the dark, I couldn't help feeling like there was something moving outside the bathroom window. So I guess the author goes on and says, I'll cut right to the chase. David actually followed Ellis home to Montana, where he went to spend Christmas with his family. Not cool, David. You don't just crash someone's holiday. Although Ellis noted that he actually felt better, less tired, less foggy, for the first couple of days in Montana, he quickly started to feel off again, which soon led to him feeling like there was something lurking outside the bathroom window every night. The first time he got the feeling, he discovered animal tracks outside the next day. The bathroom looks out into the backyard and it was pitch black. I could barely see anything, but it's Montana and there are animals passing through all the time. Sure enough, in the morning I found animal tracks through the snow. I don't know the specific animal. Deer? Elk? Then he goes, in the morning, as I was getting out of the shower, I glanced out the window and noticed tracks behind the garage. I could tell what they were from the bathroom. I couldn't tell what they were from the bathroom, so I got dressed, put on my coat, and went outside. When I got up close, my heart practically stopped. They weren't tracks. They were footprints. Really small footprints. It appears that Ellis's apartment isn't haunted. Rather, Ellis himself is. He goes, for the past few nights, I've been using the app that takes photos every couple minutes, but nothing has shown up. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to work anymore, but I've left it running just in case. It's picked up absolutely nothing save for one thing from last night. Last night was practically bad. I felt sick and had nightmares all night. I dreamt that David was hovering in the corner by the ceiling far off the ground. He was mounting something, but I couldn't hear any, or mounting. He was mouthing something, but I couldn't hear any words. In the same update, Ellis also detailed what happened to him over New Year's. He returned to New York the day after Christmas, still feeling watched, still waking up right before something happens. Although he started using the app from the December 12th update again, the pictures never showed anything out of the ordinary. Personally, they led me to wonder whether David had figured out how to avoid the camera. Alice, how's it going? Deja vu going. I'm just picturing him creeping around outside, walking his doll at his parents' Suddenly, he plummeted downward and I felt this huge pressure crash into my chest. I woke up gasping, the wind completely knocked out of me. I sat up and looked around frantically, heaving for air, but there was nothing. This is a super long story. When I caught my breath, I retrieved my phone from the dresser. The photo roll showed nothing to note, saved for the last photo taken just a moment before. Hold on. Okay, David is laying on top of him now? Carol's like, we don't have questions, Lewis, other than who's buying the bagels. The brighten up photo looks even worse. So then he goes, I swiped to my mentions and saw that everyone was tweeting to me about something I posted to my Instagram story the day before, saying they saw something weird. The stories are expired now, but I have screenshots and I don't know how to explain it. Long story short, I went to brunch on Saturday with a friend. I posted a few photos to my story and they were totally fairly unremarkable. Here's the first two I posted. Totally dumb and normal. In a thread beginning the evening of Tuesday, January 16th, Ellis brought a startling development to our attention. David had seemingly invaded his Instagram account, too. But that's not all that was going on. The possibility that Ellis either had already been or will shortly be possessed by David suddenly appeared on the table, too. Ellis actually began to update by saying that things had been better recently than they had previously been. He was sleeping through the night again and hadn't been plagued by any weird dreams. He did, however, observe that he had started to lose time periodically. Like, I'll look up at the clock and realize a whole hour has gone by and I don't remember any of it, he wrote. And then he had developed a habit of thinking a friend had said something that he had missed, only to find upon asking them about that they hadn't said anything at all. More disturbing than that, though, was this. The previous Saturday, January 13th, he had gone to brunch with a friend and subsequently posted some photos from the morning on his Instagram story as seen up top here. The next day, he woke up to find many more notifications in his Twitter mentions than usual, all of which were asking him what was going on with the foremost mentioned story. His followers had taken screenshots of the story in question. Here's what they looked like. So he goes, they're totally boring brunch photos. I posted one more photo of me and my friend before leaving, and that was that. But the next day I had a zillion messages about the third photo I posted. People had taken screenshots and sent them to me. This is what somehow got uploaded to my Instagram story. The heck is that? Like, it's a weird photo. Ellis had no idea what happened to that photo. He said it had looked fine when he posted it the previous day, but now not so much. In fact, if examined closely, the photo seemed to show David's face superimposed on top of Ellis's. So then he goes, like, I've been sleeping fine and I have lots of energy during the day, but sometimes I seem to sort of lose time, I guess. Like, I'll look up at the clock and realize a whole hour has gone by and I don't remember any time. So Tima, a Twitter follower, responded by, oh, hell nah, he's possessing you. Carol's going ghost puppet, crushing on your girl, making selfies with her. Martine's like he did it by himself and didn't know it. That's what it seems like, because he says he loses time, supposedly. And indeed, the signs, losing time, hearing things, are consistent with what folks who believe in demonic possessions believe to be indications of possession in action. Ellis left it here. I have no clue what happened. It looked perfectly fine on my phone when I uploaded it. I did say it was just a glitch, but I can't make sense of what's happening with my face. Maybe I can. I know what it looks like. What it probably is, but I don't know if I care anymore. I really just want things to be normal again, and things feel normal enough right now. I don't know. I guess I'll keep you updated if something else happens. As some followers pointed out, we could be in for an interesting time soon. So then it goes to the mysterious cat video. That is weird. Carol's going, I can't make sense of what's happening with my face. I felt the same way for 42 years. By the end of January, it had been quite some time since we seen Ellis. Ellis's cat behavior, oddly. The last update that centered around bizarre pet behavior occurred on September 5th. That videos in which Maxwell batted at something invisible in the living room while a green glass jar slid seemingly on its own across the coffee table. On October 26, when Ellis showed us the picture of someone watching him from the roof across from the apartment, he noted that the cats had stopped gathering at the door each night, but he hadn't heard much else. But then, in the wee hours of the morning on January 28th, the video seen here appeared on Ellis's Twitter feed. In it, Maxwell, the cat who seems to be the most sensitive to whatever's going on in Ellis's apartment, he's got two cats, remember? Maxwell is the white one with tabby patches, while Pepper is the solid black with yellow eyes, is sitting in front of a door meowing the same way he did way back when the whole thing started. It's not totally clear where in Ellis's apartment we are. It's probably his living room, though, and Maxwell is probably meowing at the front door. We can make these assumptions based on the color of the walls, yellow like all the living room shots we've seen throughout the saga, and the fact that there seems to be a small table with dark legs right by the door, which looks a lot like the table seen in the video from September. The cat does this for around 30 seconds, although toward the end of the video he turns around and faces the camera while continuing to meow, and then the video abruptly ends. Maxwell's behavior wasn't the weirdest part of the video, though. That honor went to the angle from which it was shot, from the floor, with something large and undefinable in the foreground of the left-hand side. Oh, yeah, like this thing, but it looks like I don't know, like a, I don't know what that is. Also, there was no thread accompanying the video, making for another huge departure from Ellis's usual format, and if you freeze the video on the last frame and enhance the contrast, this emerges. Okay. They're saying David's face is superimposed over the cat. I don't think so. Deja Voodoo saying my cats are loopy every day. That is normal feline behavior. Put all of these elements together, and especially in light of the previous update, many of Ellis's followers came to one conclusion and one conclusion alone. So they're like, Katie's like, Adam, is this you or David? We need freaking answers, man. I'm scared. Ellis may have finally been possessed by David. He goes, everything is fine. That's all there was to Ellis's next update, just those 3 words. You'll note that the tweet itself is also a departure from his usual style. Ellis is typically good about using capital letter punctuation and correct grammar, but here we're looking at something written in all lowercase letters with no punctuation and with a weird extra space in between 2 of the words. Then he goes, some of you already know this, but I thought I should make a short update on Twitter about it. A little over a month ago, I made the difficult decision to leave my full-time job after 4 years with the company. All right. And then it goes, something puzzling happened just a few days after the everything is fine tweet. Ellis appeared to break character, posting a personal announcement. The announcement resumed the threaded format he used for most of the Dear David story, although it was much shorter than usual. Just 3 tweets long. In it, he restated something he'd previously said on Instagram a few weeks earlier, that he had left his full-time position at BuzzFeed in order to put his focus on his own projects. So then he goes, it wasn't an easy choice, but it just became too difficult to focus on everything, and I decided it was time to turn my attention toward personal projects. I'm nervous about what the future holds, but I feel good. I know big things are coming. Then he goes, please don't worry about me. I'm okay and everything will be like it was before. Whew. Oh, so there's another cat video. The plot thickened again the evening of February 13th into February 14th. A tweet appeared on Ellis's timeline that, like the everything is fine tweet, lacked the capitalization and punctuation Ellis himself typically uses when he writes. Also, it included an emoticon, another oddity since Ellis hasn't used anything resembling emoticon or emojis in his previous thread. This tweet seemed to strengthen the idea that David had possessed Ellis, or at the very least taken over his Twitter account. So he grabbed his phone. So it goes, another video quite similar to the one from January 28th appeared too. Again, it was shot from a low angle, and again, it showed Maxwell meowing plaintively at Ellis's front door. A strange object was still positioned in the foreground, although this time we could sort of make out what it was. It appeared to be a nylon drawstring bag. Both the video and the January 28th one were posted just after midnight. That is, right around the time Ellis said that the cat started acting up every night way back at the beginning of the story. After these videos, the story seemed to stall, so much so that it looked like it had ended up completely. About a month after the last February video, Ellis tweeted that he was alive and well and that things had just been quiet. His Twitter feed also returned to normal, featuring comics, photographs, and messages unconnected to the ghost story. Then on June 6th, the Wrap broke the news that Dear David movie was in the works. Ellis also confirmed the news on Twitter. Some Dear David news. Dan Lin, producer of It, will be producing a Dear David film with screenwriter Mike Van Wise, writer of the Conjuring spinoff The Crooked Man, attached. And this was June 6, 2018. Ellis also told the Wrap that what he was experiencing is absolutely real. Not everyone on Twitter believes him, but well, do with that what you will. Whatever the case, it's clear that Dear David isn't quite finished with Ellis or the rest of us just yet. So this article was published on January 12th. Or it's saying this article was originally published on January 12th. So I guess that's just how it ended. Deja Voodoo's like, did the bag have catnip in it? I feel like it did. Thanks, Carol. So I guess that's how it ended? It didn't really have an ending. It just kind of just ended just like that. Which is weird. Deja Voodoo saying that Megan and Chucky can have a war with David in the movies. Yes, they can. I mean, I'll watch that movie, but that it was from 2018? So, I don't know if they actually went through with it. Martine's like, so it does it continue or just stopped? It just stopped there. Basically, it stopped like with the movie thing. It doesn't, it goes into another article after that, which is weird. Very weird. Teresa goes, there's no sound in these videos. There are, Teresa, it's just the cat meowing, but for some odd reason it's not, you can't hear it. Like, I could just hear a cat meowing just a little bit. So she goes, there's no sound in these videos, so something to think about. If I ask my 15-year-old, 1-year-old cats want treats, they will act like that. I know they do. Or if they're hungry, they'll start meowing. They'll be like, meow. But no, it's just a cat going like, meow. Like, they're chattering, but that's about it. Alright, guys, on my clock, it's 11:11. I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna try to get some rest because we lose an hour because of the stupid time change. But I am glad you guys were able to join me, and I will see you on the next one, which I'll be on Monday at I'll try to be on at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will see you guys then, and thank you for joining.